Does our body have a trauma memory or something? Because it almost seems like a month before this day, I feel like I'm in quicksand. Like I just can't function, and I'm easing up now. Isn't that weird? Like the day's gonna come, and it'll be a relief, for lack of a better word, when it passes. It's just there, even if I don't consciously know it, and then I'll look at the calendar and go, oh, that's it. It's his birthday and his death date every time. I just start not acting normal before. Like I have depression anyways, but the depression level goes to all new heights. Like it's physical, like lethargy.
It does. Griffin's saying that the physical body has a trauma memory, but also the energetic body is the one that holds on to the trauma. It's like a journal, a history book of everything that you've experienced.
Right.
Ways to, he's flipping his fingers, ways to turn it around is to set up annual things to do during or right before or the month before his birthday and his death day.
Okay.
It can be set it up around travel. It could be the time where you always go to these specific hikes and like to walk, hikes, and something wonderful to do. Or it could be a certain type of meal or preparation, or when you go into fasting. This will help the energetic body simply, Mom, by being aware of it. This is the first year. You recognized it last year. I mean, you saw it coming. You were like, okay, that's what it is. You acknowledged it, but you didn't do anything about it. You just
Right.
kind of let it take its course. This is the first year you felt it, you identified it, you acknowledged it, and you were like, okay, I don't need to do that. So that's why it's starting to lighten up because you're letting it go. You're changing what it means to you because we're still talking. This is us talking. He's
Right.
throwing his hand back. This is
Exactly.
us, and we're talking.
Right. Right. Exactly. Exactly.
He can be so silly sometimes.
Yeah, Dylan and I just look at each other this month like it's a hard month. It's just a hard month, you know? And I don't know if Dylan feels the same way. I can't speak for him, but it's like when the day comes, it's like the next day you just feel better energetically. And there's no different outcome, you know? So I just think it's that trauma thing that you're talking about. Yeah.
A lot of it too, Mom, is as you're healing and letting this go, because I think this is true for other families who've experienced a difficult crossing, um, a trauma, that not only is it your trauma of the experience,
Uh,
but it's my trauma that lingers too at that time. So as you're healing, I'm healing my stuff. I don't
right.
know why people, what did you say? People who are alive. He doesn't understand why people who are still living believe that when you cross over, everything is fixed and
Right.
done
Right.
and easy peasy. He says, I've made peace after a bit of time with my situation, my crossing, okay? But there's still the echo of it, the echo energy that no spirit is attached to it. His spirit's not attached to it,
I
but
know.
it kind of replays itself around that time.
Right.
And he says, and that's the part that everybody, living and deceased, is healing. And time does a lot. Time also kind of pampers and dampers is not a word. Dampens.
Dampens. The
It
initial
dampens it,
shock. Yeah.
pushes it down.
Right.
Hmm.
Well, you know what's so weird to acknowledge you on that, Griffin, is like sometimes I want to talk about your death date, but it sends me under for days. You know what I mean? And honestly, and it's all due respect to you, you still get amped when you talk about it. And sometimes inside I'll do like a little thing in my head going, hey, I thought it was rest in peace when you go. Going back to what you said, like, oh, it's all supposed to be a wash once you go and it's eternal peace. But you do have to work and evolve while you're there, and it's still a big tragedy that happened to you, you know, that you have to heal from.
I have to heal from it because I was out of control. I wasn't in control of my situation.
Right,
And that was hard because if I was in control, I would have had choices.
right,
And I didn't have any choices.
right. No, you
Because
had no
I've,
choices. Your choices were made for you that night.
yes.
Once it was set in motion, that was it.
But he says, overall, the people involved, everything of that nature, what happened, I'm okay with that now. That doesn't rev me up or anything.
Like it used to.
But, right,
Right,
there's an echo of it. There's a history of it.
right. Well, as a mother, you know, if you consider there to be a pecking order in a family or whatever, you know, I always think Dill got the worst end of everything with his dad, with you, with everything. Being that I look at myself like, well, I'm older, I should be able to handle it. My life's halfway over, and you know, I try to minimize it with myself. But then I have to reality check to me that one time you said to me, Griffin, you said, Mom, you know, nothing, yeah, you're in pain. It's the worst thing that can happen, but I lost everything. Like, you lost your life. And that's where I had to put myself in check, like, wait a minute, Griffin, you lost everything. You know? Like, I miss you, but you miss everybody. You know? And that's where I have to really give you credit and other people that have died too in an untimely fashion when you say goodbye to your mom at 4 in the afternoon and then you're just dead by 9. You know what I mean? It's not supposed to work that way, you know?
He's cute. As you're talking, he kind of slumps in the chair. He has his elbows up. He's kind of got his hands together like something. They're grasp.
Right.
And he's chilling out. And then when you started mentioning how he misses everybody, he reached over and hand held. He's holding hand. I'm calling it. They're holding hands with your sweetheart.
Oh, I love it. And
That was
that's
very nice.
when Dylan said peace. Brotherly love chiming in. Do you ever, Griffin?
All due respect to the better half of you.
He said, all due respect to the better half of you. Oh my goodness. Anyways, leave it to them to keep it light. Do you ever, Griffin, do you ever think they don't miss me enough as time goes by? Does it hurt when we go on, or does it seem like, wow, they're just going on without me?
No. No. He's like tucked his chin back in. He looks like all boxy in his neck.
Yeah.
Kind of like, what are you talking about? No, it's never crossed my mind. It's not like that. When I asked him, why isn't it like that?
Right.
Because I think as a human, I would have some of those feelings.
Like people, when they die, they'll say, don't forget me. Please don't forget me.
Human bullshit.
Right.
Griffin kind of swings his arm. He said, when I'm my relationship, who I am, where I am, and what I see of you, I don't need you to think about me every day to be alive. I don't need you to remember me for you to love me. There's not a need to have the ego identified for me to exist. I can enjoy my brother, and I can go weeks with no one thinking about me.
So he said that's all human made up stuff that we do to ourselves?
Yes. Because he says on his end, he can be a part of your life. He can bring people into your life. He can help you resolve situations. He still has a purpose with the family. It's just because you maybe don't experience me or my existence or think about me in several weeks or a month or whatever, a year goes by, I don't disappear. And I'm not sitting in some corner, not doing it, crying like a baby,
Right.
because my mommy didn't think about me enough today. Our love is not dependent on that. We're a part of each other no matter what. I don't need the recognition to feel great.
Right. Is it impossible to know where you would be if you and I didn't communicate this way, Griff? Like some from jump, if we never communicated this way, where would you be?
I'd be in the same place helping you. But it did go off topic and started saying, wouldn't it be cool if there was a GPS system for spirits?
Oh my God, that
You
would
know,
be
you
so
could just
cool.
like look at your phone and go, where is Griffin now? Oh, he's over in Spain. What year? Oh, 1492. Okay. Making fun.
That would be so cool.
He's like,
One
Dylan,
day.
get on it.
Right? One day. Yeah. Because I don't feel like I would be okay if I didn't talk to you. If I hadn't talked to you from jump.
He goes, Mom, I don't even want to think about where you would be if we didn't have this relationship.
Right. I'd be with you. Right? Maybe, yeah.
Oh, wow, Marshawn, he's not even responding. He's giving me the,
That look.
like, plain face.
Like we're not talking about this. Right. Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. I feel like it helps Dylan too. Don't you think so? It helps him? Yeah, totally. Because I always told Dylan, when I go, you got to talk to us. You got to call. when I'm older, right?
Mm-hmm.
He says he will. I don't know. Yeah. But I don't know.
He might just be doing it himself.